Okay, this fly is a kind of little foam ant pattern. It's kind of more of a bulky ant, so it's kind of an attractor, but it will work when there's ants on the water. Anyway, I've got a Gamakatsu C12 hook in the vise. This is a size 12, and I really like the bend on this because there's quite a bit of gap on this hook. You can see the eye doesn't quite bend down like a down eye would. It's just kind of a slight angle. Anyway, the first thing I'm going to do is put the hook in the vise at a pretty extreme angle. And I'm going to dress the hook with just like some 8/0 thread. Okay, so the body and the head are going to be made out of thin fly foam. This is root beer color, but it's really a cinnamon color. So whatever you want to call it, it's good with me. So I'm going to go about halfway up the hook and I'm going to tie in that foam. And I'm just going to work it back down the bend a little bit and then just come back and really cinch that down. Then I'm going to build up an underbody of some Nature Spirit Hare's Mask dubbing in Rusty Spinner color. Again, it's a nice cinnamon looking color. Alright, so you can see how I've built that up. It's a little bit fatter in the middle, kind of like Curtis. Now I'm going to take my hook and put it in the normal position in the vise. So I'm going to pull that foam over now and tie it down. And now what I'm going to do is take a little bit more dubbing and dub up to the eye of the hook. Got a little bit of a ball right there. Now I'll pull the foam over that ball and tie it down. And now I will advance my thread back over that ball to the main tie-in point. Let me do that again. There we go. So you can see the thread going over the top there. And now I'm going to pull the foam back over on top of itself. And now we've got a nice round head on the front of the fly. So now to cut this off, I'm going to pull the foam up and stretch it and then just nip it off, and you'll see how that kind of sucks back down. And now on this, just kind of like the Unsinka beetle and other flies that we've done, I'm going to kind of make a crisscross over the top of the head to make the idea that it has eyes. So I'm going to go over the foam, crisscross it a few times, and then back over the foam. So there we've got a little crisscross in the head to bulge out some eyes. Okay, so now I'm going to tie in some wings. And the wings on this fly really aren't going to add to any flotation. What I want these wings to do is just kind of sit down in the water as if they're spent wings, translucent wings hanging on the water. So what I'm going to use is just some sparkly merger yarn in cream. So I've got a chunk of it here, and I'll tie in a piece about like this, and then I will take the piece going over the front of the fly and pull it onto the other side. So I have two wings going off the back of the fly. And I'll trim those so that they're a little bit longer than the body. So as you can see now, I've got two little wings. Alright, so this is kind of like an Unsinka beetle, but it's a lot smaller, and instead of rubber legs and flashy dubbing, I'm going to take a dark barred ginger hackle and cover up the thread with that dark barred ginger hackle. Alright, so to whip finish the fly now, I'm going to take my thread and move it over that angled wrap over the foam head, and just advance my thread to the eye of the hook that way and whip finish. You see how my thread broke there? Usually that means the whip finish is not quite as tight as I'd want it to be, so I'm going to make sure to come in here and hit it with some Loon head cement. And that will lock that whip finish up. Now as a final touch, I'll just put some little beady eyes on it with a marker. There you go, a little unsinkable cinnamon ant.